Is it finally happening? Is the iPhone 14 getting USB-C instead of Lightning? I have the answer in my pants. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Front Page Tech, FPT. Of course, the show, I don't know what's happening. Already, I don't know what's happening. Of course, the show that gives you all latest tech news, one geek that is me, to another that is you. Listen, short episode for today. That's just how it worked out. I got to share time with Jesus today, and he hates tech news, so just be lucky you're getting to show it all. First up for the day, story numero uno, chargers. Yep, that's where we are. That's where we're at this point. The news is so bad that we're about to talk about chargers. Specifically, a wall adapter, but specifically a wall adapter from Apple. According to a new report document obtained by the folks over at 9to5Mac, Apple could be releasing a new version of their USB-C wall adapter soonish. Oh, but not just any wall adapter. Oh, no. This one has two holes, if you know what I'm saying. I hear it's called Apple Wall Adapter DP. Well, all right, I said that. Jesus is definitely pissed now. Just kidding, Jesus. DP stands for double prayers. These words that I'm about to say, they are from the support document. Then the words go: use Apple 30-watt dual USB-C port power adapter and a USB-C cable not included. Of course not. I added that part. I added the of course not part. That was me. I did that. To charge your device. Connect the USB-C cable to either port on the power adapter, extend the electrical prongs if necessary, then plug the power adapter firmly into the power outlet. Ensure that the power, blah, 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 you know, who cares? What does it matter? After accidentally publishing this little nuggie, Apple quickly removed the document, but at that point, it was too late because apparently 9to5Mac was stalking Apple's website like I stalk my local Wendy's. So, I mean, it is happening. This is definitely a thing. A 35-watt dual USB-C power adapter from Apple. And it'll probably be $100. All right, I'm just kidding. It's not going to be $100. There's no way. Right? Well, let's look real quick here. Let's do a quick math. Currently, a 30-watt USB-C power adapter from Apple with one hole costs $50. If one hole costs $50, then two holes, $100. But you know what doesn't cost $100? A prayer. And today's sponsor. Oh, do I have to tell you, you do know, right, that browsing in incognito mode doesn't actually protect your privacy, right, Jackson? Without added security, you might as well put all of your private data in a cute little box, tie a cute little bow on it, and just hand it over to advertisers, hackers, and your ISP. IPVanish helps you safely browse the internet by encrypting 100% of your data, like passwords, communications, browsing history, and more. Even your physical location will be a secret. Use IPVanish on an unlimited amount of devices without sacrificing any speed. And right now, you can get 70% off of their yearly plan with a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's like getting 9 months for free. And 9 months that's a long time. That's like a baby amount of time. Go to ipvanish.com/FPT and use code FPT to get started today. And of course, huge thanks to IPVanish for sponsoring this episode. Oh, hey, welcome back. So last up for the day, story numero lasto. Speaking of power adapters and USB-C on iPhones is like a thing that everyone has wanted since always, right? I mean, most of the iPads are USB-C now. They obviously have USB-C Max. Hell, most of their lightning cables even have USB-C on one side. But the port on the iPhone? No way, no how, says Tim Cook. And when this topic comes up, and it does a lot, you always hear me say the same thing every time. Apple will go portless before they ever go USB-C on an iPhone. It just won't make any sense. That's why we're seeing them push wireless charging so much. The longer they do that, the more wireless and MagSafe accessories people have in their homes, the less painful it will be when they go all in on wireless. It just makes no sense for Apple to go USB-C and do that for like, I don't know, a year or two, right before they just cut out the port entirely. Just keep Lightning and then cut out the port and bada bing, bada boom. You don't have any weird middle. USB-C right now would not be an upgrade. It would just be a stopgap. But either way, as it is with every single year, the USB-C rumors start up when there's a new iPhone on the way, and it is no different for this year's one, iPhone, the iPhone 14. And guess what? We have an update on that for you today. On the topic of USB-C on iPhone 14, any guesses as to what the correct answer might be? According to the CADs released by Shrimp Apple Pro on Twitter, the bottom of the iPhone 14 Pro features USB-C! You got it! Congratulations! How exciting! I'm f***ing kidding. Dude, of course it is lightning. Of course it's lightning again. Did you really fall for that? Apple makes so much money on lightning cables. They even make money off of the third-party cables that you're buying thanks to the MIFI program. The MFI program, which stands for Made for iPhone, iPad, iPod. For third-party manufacturers and accessory makers, the program, quote, gives you access to the technical specifications and resources needed to create accessories that communicate with Apple devices using MIFI technologies and components. Translation? Sure, we'll let you make stuff that works with our stuff, but then we get a cut of the money from whatever stuff you're making. Because Apple. I feel like I don't even have to say this. I don't have to tell you, but USB-C is not proprietary to Apple, like, at all. If Apple puts USB-C on an iPhone, they don't make the same kind of money that they made when they had Lightning in the iPhone. In which cases you might be asking, but John, Apple also supports the Qi wireless charging standard, which is not proprietary to Apple, but they do that. And yeah, you are correct. That is true. Which is why Tim Cook and the gang, in their own clever way, did, in fact, make wireless charging on iPhone proprietary with MagSafe. 'Cause and guess what else is covered under the MFI program, where Apple will allow you to make third-party accessories but then take a cut of your revenue? MagSafe. How convenient. So while you weren't looking, Apple's next transition, which will be straight from Lightning to wireless, is already covered in the same way that Lightning technology is now. Almost like Apple has been one step ahead of us this whole time, and the answer to the "will Apple ever put USB-C on an iPhone" question has been right in front of us this whole time. No. The answer is no.